The following story is fictional and does not depict any actual person or event. Consult with your medical team before making any changes or decisions regarding your current course of treatment, including diet and exercise.
What are the cons of receiving a kidney transplant?
The pros outweigh the cons by a mile, but you'll be taking anti-rejection drugs daily to keep the donor kidney from being rejected or failing. This is a good thing, but the anti-rejection medication lowers your immunity to infection. You may also develop tremors from the medication, and you have a higher risk of getting some cancers, most commonly skin cancer.
Also, because of the shortage of available kidneys, the waiting list is years long.
Cancer.
While waiting, some patients become too sick to have a transplant, or even die waiting for one. Once you're put on the waiting list, you may need to go back to the transplant center while waiting for a kidney to make sure your health has not declined.
Will the new kidney last for the rest of my life? You'll need to take good care of your health and follow doctor's instructions, but in general, 90% of transplanted kidneys work for at least 1 year. Kidneys from deceased donors tend to last 10 to 15 years, while kidneys from living donors tend to last about 5 years longer. If the transplanted kidney does stop working, you can get a second transplant. I don't even want to think about that.
I didn't mean to startle you. Just glad to see you back to normal-ish.
I wish. Yeah, I'm starting to get used to having dialysis, but not to being tired all the time. Some days I'm too depressed to get out the bed. I see why my dad struggled when on dialysis. I just never thought I would be in this position.
Hey, if I could do anything to take this away from you.
I know. I know it was hard to hear that you were not a match and that my body might reject your kidney. And Mama surprising me and asking to be evaluated, but her hypertension and pre-diabetes makes her ineligible. I'm trying very hard to find the silver lining in all of this.
Well, if you think about it, it did make your mom go back to a doctor to check on her blood pressure and find out it wasn't as well maintained as we first thought it was.
True. That's something.
Definitely. It is. And now the doctors are doing everything they can to help you find a donor.
But it's out of their hands at this point. I mean, nobody who tested on my behalf was a match for me. So that means for the next 5 years or so, I have to wait for somebody to die so I can keep living?
No. Let's reframe that thought. Just look at it in a different way.
Don't think I don't notice you turn into Mr. Positivity whenever I don't feel well. I'm gonna remember that next time you don't feel well.
No, check it. The person that gives you that kidney, they were gonna pass away anyway. I mean, kidney donation allows them to give one final gift to this world. Gift to you. What?
Yeah.
What about me? What about it? Hey, that's all it took. That's all it took.
Hey. No, I was just cleaning out my purse and I found these pamphlets. I wanted to give them to you. You might have already seen them, but if you haven't, there might be some useful stuff in there. Give me that. There.
Thanks, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
So you need a kidney transplant. Kidney transplantation for patients 70 plus and the kidney swap.
Wait, what's the kidney swapping one about?
I think it's that chain donation thing Dr. Jones had mentioned.
No, throw that one away. We don't want to do nothing with chains. Didn't work out so well for us the first time.
No, the social worker mentioned something about this when I started dialysis. They were throwing so many things at me at once. I heard her and didn't hear her at the same time. The same with the transplant console.
Anything good in there?
Maybe. Huh. I'll ask Dr. Fuentes about it.
Okay. I'm not understanding. You want me to give my kidney to somebody else?
There are a lot of people in our situation where they have family members or a friend who's healthy, but they don't match them. So they put all of us in a computer database to try and get as many matches as they can. So everyone gets an anonymous, living donor kidney sooner than waiting 3 to 5 years or longer for a deceased donor.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
No, I get it. It's like paying it forward. I mean, everybody wants to help the person that they care for. They just don't always match. By teaming up, everyone gets a kidney, everyone wins.
Exactly.
I'm not feeling this at all.
I'm with you. Now, what if you donate a good kidney and Beverly gets a bum kidney instead? Now, then what?
What if Eric donates a good kidney to someone and I get a good kidney too? But the amazing thing about what Eric is doing is he's creating a chain for multiple people, not just me. And potential donors will be evaluated, so any bum kidneys will be found out.
Oh, just to be clear, in this example, you're the one with the bum kidney.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Bum kidney, you. Sorry.
Okay. So let me make sure I understand. So if I donate a kidney, but the person that's supposed to donate you a kidney backs out of the chain, and you don't get a kidney, what happens then? I mean, they can't make somebody donate.
It's like playing musical chairs, but with kidneys. It's like, oops, you out the game, no kidney for you.
You two are being ridiculous. Who is going to go through the whole process of evaluation and then back out at the last minute? No, doctors and coordinators are working hard to make sure that everyone in the chain gets a transplant. That's the point.
People get cold feet.
I've already scheduled an appointment with Dr. Jones, and we can keep talking about this some more. And why I'm so tired and depressed. Let's talk about something else. How's your new medication working out?
No, it's keeping my pressure low. I have side effects, but they'll be going away soon. She's got me on a low dosage, and she ups it every couple weeks.
What are the side effects?
A little lightheaded, and my legs and feet swell up sometimes.
What does Dr. Jones say?
She says it's normal in the beginning. She asked me if I could hang in there a little longer to see if the side effects decrease. I like that she asked me instead of telling me. So I told her I would try my level best.
And you're taking them every day?
Yes, officer. I am taking my medication every single day. And I'm getting better about my appointments, too. I bought a book, and I write them all in there.
Oh, you can do that online, too. I can show you how to...
No. I like my notes right in front of me so I can see them whenever I want to. I don't want to worry about pushing a button and losing them. Dr. Jones is all right with me. She told me that I could put my medication right next to my toothbrush. So in the morning when I brush my teeth, I could take my medication. I had no idea I was missing so many doses. And my friend Arturo has been helping remind me.
Arturo?
You got a boyfriend, Grandma?
What have I told you about getting all up in my business? Yeah, I met him at the car dealership.
Oh, can I have your old car?
EJ, please.
I was thinking about letting old Billy go and moving into the 21st century like EJ always says. So I went down to the corner dealership just to see what was out there.
And Arturo was out there.
He showed me some cars, and we had a nice conversation, and he didn't pressure me, which was nice. And when he asked if he could call me, I didn't see any harm in that.
So is he calling to date you or to get you to buy a car?
Bev.
What?
I ain't thinking about Bev. But I do know what your problem is. And I'm going to address that for once and for all, Mother. I will always love your father. You know that. But he's passed on. And I'm here. And life is for the living.
I just never imagined you with anyone other than Daddy.
Me neither. But here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Together.
For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
Amen.
Matthew 18:20. What? I know stuff.
You do?
I know stuff.
You know how to stay on that phone?
How are you tolerating dialysis?
It's not my favorite thing ever. I'm tired all the time. I try and stay upbeat, but I can't help but think about what my father went through. It's scary and depressing, and I miss my old life. And the leg cramps are the worst.
You're not alone. Kidney failure necessitates a lot of changes that have to be implemented quickly, and the adjustment can be rough. I can refer you to a therapist if you'd like.
Maybe.
I'll write the referral so it's there if you'd like to use it. Are you getting the leg pain every time you have dialysis?
No, but when I do, it's unbearable.
And you're being careful with your fluid intake and salt intake?
I am.
She really is.
The pain happens as a result of a large amount of fluid being pulled from your muscles so quickly. Muscles don't like that too much. So I'll send over a message that this has been a recurring issue for you and to keep an eye out. I want you to tell whichever staff member's around when it happens. They can pause dialysis, help you stretch those muscles, and get you heating pads if necessary. Sometimes that eases the discomfort and lets you complete your dialysis treatment. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he wasn't available when you had your transplant consult. I'd like to introduce him to you now and let you all talk for a bit. He's a transplant surgeon and the director of the Living Donor Program here at the hospital. He has specialized knowledge in paired and chain donation, and my department works closely with his team.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Just so I know where you are right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in helping Beverly get a transplant?
Definitely interested in helping my wife. Why does it sound like you're about to sell me a timeshare right now?
I would never try to sell you on having a medical procedure unless it was essential to your health. Even then, I'd provide you with the information that you need, offer my professional opinion where appropriate, and let you decide.
Cool.
Do you feel that you already have a firm understanding of what a kidney chain is?
I do. It starts with an altruistic donor, someone who wants to donate out of the goodness of his or her heart. The kidney is transplanted into a recipient that has a donor that wants to donate but isn't a good match.
That's it. The kidney donor chain creates endless possibilities for recipient-donor pairings anywhere in the country.
And transplant centers coordinate the transport of the kidneys so that they arrive in time for the recipient's surgery.
Yeah, I guess you can't leave them sitting around too long.
Mm-hmm. This way of having altruistic donors donate kidneys to patients whom they match in blood and tissue type has been a very successful way of acquiring donor kidneys.
So I would donate my kidney to a complete stranger. But what if the person that's supposed to donate a kidney to my wife backs out?
It's unlikely.
But not impossible.
You're right. It's a voluntary undertaking, and the donor can back out from donating at any time, even the day of surgery.
It's unlikely because the vetting process to be included in the donor chain is rigorous, and that usually shakes loose anyone who's not completely sure they want to donate.
If, however, the chain were to break, we would do everything we could to locate another match.
Well, so how is that any different from right now, except that Eric would be minus 1 kidney?
When managing healthcare, there are no guarantees. But it's different in the sense that instead of solely relying on the transplant waiting list for a deceased donor kidney, you'll have the added benefit of being on the kidney registry for a living donor kidney. Your odds are good. Transplants from a living donor outlast those from a deceased donor.
Makes sense. But what if the kidney my wife gets is not a...
You're worried about your wife getting a kidney that isn't viable. We thoroughly check and double check the health of each potential donor before they are approved to become part of the chain. Then the computer finds the best possible match for each recipient.
All right. All right.
And Beverly, your options are to either stay on dialysis forever, which is a difficult undertaking, or transplant. And now that you've completed the transplant evaluation and been determined an eligible candidate, you've been added to the waiting list for a deceased donor kidney.
It's a thorough process and takes a while. but you've completed all your tests in record time.
So I'm looking at a 3 to 5 year wait for a deceased donor kidney.
On average. It could be longer. Or if Eric and you participate in the kidney chain, it can cut that wait down substantially, sometimes to a matter of months.
Wow.
Well, aside from normal healing after surgery, could there be any possible issues down the road with my only having one kidney? And would the recipient be able to find out who their transplanted kidney came from?
Donors are usually discharged from the hospital in less than a week, typically 2 to 5 days. Donors usually experience the most pain the first week after surgery. There is a slightly higher chance of developing high blood pressure in the future compared to people who don't donate. To answer your second question, the transplant team won't provide the recipient with any information about you unless you consent beforehand.
How expensive could this get?
Eric's testing, surgery, and hospitalization, should he choose to donate, won't cost you a penny. The surgery and all related aftercare will be covered by your insurance or Medicare. They don't cover transportation and lost wages, but there are national programs to help cover these expenses as well, if donors and patients are in need.
So when it's my turn to be on the receiving end, my insurance will cover what?
You can ask the financial transplant coordinator to go over specifics about your insurance, but in general, your private insurer or Medicare will cover most of your evaluation and surgical costs. The coordinator can assess your financial circumstances to determine what your costs will be, and if you qualify, the hospital social worker can let you know about organizations that provide financial assistance.
Can you think of any other costs I might not know to ask about?
You'll need anti-rejection meds for the rest of your life, and thanks to recent legislation, those will be covered for life as well. They used to be only covered for 3 years.
It's a huge difference.
This is a lot of info at once.
It is, which is why our department uses a wraparound approach to patient care. We have weekly department meetings that also include liaisons from other departments, including social services, so that we can provide care in a way that is sustainable for a particular patient's lifestyle.
Can either of us die from transplant surgery? I just feel like that's the elephant in the room.
Doctors have been doing living donor transplants for over 50 years. There's a less than 1% chance that either donor or recipient will die during or as a result of it. We never let anyone go under anesthesia if we think there may be serious complications.
We also do a lot of medical tests to make sure that neither donating nor receiving a kidney will cause harm.
Well, that eases my mind a little.
That's why we're here. Mrs. Morris, would you mind if we spoke to your husband in private for a moment?
Are you guys going to talk about me?
Not at all. It's just a quick routine discussion with the potential donor.
I am going to talk about you.
Of course you are.
How are you feeling about all this? Any apprehension?
I don't know if apprehension is the word. I'm not scared or anything.
Of course not.
You addressed all of my concerns. And after seeing what my wife is going through, it would feel good to help someone else who's in the same predicament. But I want to make sure my wife gets everything she needs.
So do we. Now, I don't want you to feel like you were talked into anything. So please go home. Think about it. Talk it over with your wife and family. Then let me know what you decide. Should you choose not to donate, that information will be held in strict confidence.
I don't need any more time. I'm in.
Are you sure? There's no pressure on our part if it isn't the right decision for you both. You'll also need your family support as you recover while Beverly's still on dialysis. It's about a 1-month healing process.
I'm positive. I want to get Beverly a kidney as soon as possible. And if me giving one to someone else can do that, what is there to think about? I mean, I know that a transplant from a living donor tends to last longer than one from someone who has passed away. The risks to me are minimal. Let's do it.
Okay. It looks like you have just a few more tests to complete to make sure you're in excellent health to donate. Do you want to tell Beverly what you've decided?
I do.
Mama's been going to bed earlier and earlier.
Yeah. Having dialysis just about every other day really takes a lot out of her.
She tries not to let us see her crying, but her eyes are always red. I feel so bad. I hope she gets a match soon.
Tell me about it. But, you've been MIA more than usual. Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
Huh?
I've been putting in major hours on a school project.
What kind of project?
It's sort of a secret.
Oh, really?
Yes, and please don't ask me what it is. Because you know I have a hard time keeping secrets. And I really, really want to wait till it's all done, because it'll be 10 times better if you find out then.
All right. Change the subject.
Thank you.
But before I do...
No, don't. Trust me. It'll be better when it's all done. Just like cupcakes.
Okay.
Changing the subject. You sure you want to give your kidney to a stranger?
I am. I'm in excellent health and eligible to donate. I mean, no surgery should be taken lightly. And I've thought a lot about it. Had your mom not developed kidney disease, I never would have even considered. But after seeing what she's going through, I can live just fine with one healthy kidney. And if giving one away will help save someone's life, I think that's a small ask.
But it's not a small ask. You're basically amputating a body part to give to a complete stranger. What if they give it to a criminal? Or what if something happens and EJ or I need a kidney? We'll have a father with one good kidney and a mother with no good kidneys. I don't like those odds.
Okay, put that down first. Since we have a family history of diabetes, hypertension, and kidney failure, you're gonna need to be careful. The good news about all this is you've learned a lot since your mom has been sick. You can make sure you keep up with your annual physical exam to detect any problems immediately. Prevention is the key to staying healthy.
I guess I understand. I'm just scared something will go wrong.
Do you trust me?
Of course.
Have I ever let you down?
No.
Okay.
Wait. Yes. When I was 5 years old, and Mama had to stay at home with EJ because he was sick, so you came to my tap dance recital and didn't bring my tap shoes. I was the only girl up there tap dancing in high-top sneakers.
I remember that. But guess what? Whose face was on the paper the next day? Huh? Not because you tap your little heart out, because you look like a boss doing it. Thank you very much. I still have that clipping, too.
Oh, you're home.
I actually do live here.
I can't tell.
She's working on a top secret project.
Daddy.
Oh, top secret. Is it a project, or do you have a bow?
A bow? What have you been watching? You sound more like an old man than Daddy does.
Hey, how did I get into this conversation?
Grandma has one.
Grandma has one what?
A bow.
Please stop saying bow. Who?
A car salesman named Arturo. Gotta admit, didn't expect that. But I'm not mad at it. I think Daddy B, he'd be happy for her as long as she's happy.
I think Grandpa prefers she just play bingo and hang out with Miss Naomi. You want to play video games?
Wait, I'll finish up.
Okay. How about chess instead? I've been into it lately. I bought a set.
Can you teach me on the computer?
I could, but let's use my board. I love technology, but it's nice to go analog sometimes.
Who sounds old now?
you know you can make 2 trips, right?
I don't do push-ups for nothing.
Look.
I got this.
Okay. Where is it? It's the hospital. Hello? Dr. Sakata, it's Beverly. They found matches for us. We're in a chain and it's happening soon. Oh, I'm so sorry for yelling in your ear. I'm sorry. Oh. Then when is mine? Okay. I'll let him know. Thank you.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
I'm happy. I'm happy for your recipient. I really am. I wanted to go first.
Beverly, you're getting a kidney.
I'm tripping, huh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. It's really happening. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing all of this for me.
Love is a verb.
So is this.